Rockstar Games might have just solved the biggest problem that GTA 6's multiplayer might have faced. And even though we don't really know a thing about GTA 6 Online 2 or whatever it's going to be called, Rockstar has the ability to learn from the online modes they've done really over the last decade or so. Red Dead Online, and GTA Online. Because if you think about it, GTA Online was Rockstar's first real attempt at a dynamic multiplayer world. Yes, we had Red Dead Redemption with its multiplayer, we had GTA 4, but none of those titles really offered a dynamic world with a character that you could save and things that you could do, cars that you could collect, missions that you could go on, businesses that you could own, etc. So they really only had about a decade of experience of making this sort of thing, and they've been able to learn a lot. And just a few days ago, Rockstar Games actually introduced a brand new terms of service. This is actually something that you have to agree to every time you jump on the game. You'll only have to accept it the very first time you play, but these are the new terms that you have to abide by. And there's an interesting section within the new terms of service that could give us an idea of something Rockstar Games is working on for GTA 6's multiplayer. It's section 8.2 called Auto-Generated Players, going on to say, as part of the services, we may offer you the opportunity to play with your friends and other matched opponents. To ensure that you have available opponents at the right skill level, some of these matched opponents may be auto-generated, computer-controlled players that look and play like real people. So essentially what this means is if Rockstar isn't able to fill you up in a lobby with friends or other matched opponents, to ensure that the world feels lifelike and realistic and that you have other players in the world, you might have auto-generated, computer-controlled players that you will run into. Obviously, Rockstar is probably going to use AI to power this sort of thing. We already know that Strauss Zelnick, Take-Two Interactive CEO and the publisher of Grand Theft Auto, has hinted at the fact that AI is going to play a big role in Grand Theft Auto 6, whether it be its development or just how they go about doing things. But Insider Tez Funds 2 ended up saying this in response to that. We don't have the ability to matchmake and play with computer-controlled players in either Red Dead Online or GTA Online. So this could be meant for GTA Online 2, especially with the signs showing them working on dedicated hosts to manage matchmaking in groups, which may replace the old logic behind matchmaking groups. So I don't know how the old matchmaking system goes. If I was a betting man, I would say there's a handful of variables here, like where you might be located in the world, what rank you might be, essentially your skill level, etc. But it looks like now this might change the way Rockstar populates lobbies. And one thing we need to consider here is the launch of Grand Theft Auto Online for GTA 6. I don't know if you guys remember this, but all the way back in 2013 on October 1st, when GTA Online was launching on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, it was a disaster. The servers were crashing left and right. They could not keep up with the insane amount of people that were trying to play all at once. You couldn't complete the tutorial. You couldn't get into the game. And because of that, Rockstar actually had to offer, I think it was like a stimulus package or something along those lines. At the time, it was $500,000, which was a massive amount of money because the most expensive item in the game, I believe, was only $1 million. But they basically had to say, sorry, we screwed that up big time. And I can only imagine Rockstar does not want to repeat the exact same thing because there's going to be so many eyeballs on GTA 6 and its multiplayer. I know for a fact Rockstar wants to get something like that right. And this wouldn't be the first video game to utilize this. I know, for example, Fortnite will actually put you in with a bunch of AI computers, especially if you're at a lower skill ranking. However, that game does have 100 player sessions, so there is a little bit more of a gap to fill. If Rockstar does have like 32 or 64, that might be a little bit easier to fill up. So for GTA Online 2, this might be Rockstar's attempt at solving one of GTA Online's biggest problems, which was all of the dead content and modes out there. There just isn't a way to populate all of those races and adversary modes. Like, for example, if you jump on right now and you play a race or an adversary mode, and I understand that the game is over a decade old, you're basically going to be racing alone or with one other person that randomly decides to join you. Most people People nowadays are minding their own business, doing their own thing, and they aren't interested in joining some random race. And this could also be something that Rockstar has addressed after what's gone on in Red Dead Online. A common complaint of Red Dead Online's matchmaking, especially with the posses, is where the game splits the posse within a game mode due to team balancing. So if you had AI, you wouldn't have a need to split the posse to balance the game when you can have the entire team just filled with computers. That way you'd be able to still play with your friends. However, I do think Rockstar needs to be careful with this, because I don't necessarily think I want my entire world filled with AI characters. I'd rather have a world that has 16 people that are real and can make their own decisions and are able to interact with me than a world filled with 80 AI characters just running around. And think about it. What if you were like queuing for one of these matchmakings and you got stuck up against a full posse and you have just a bunch of AI on your team? That's not going to go well at all. So unfortunately for us, I think Grand Theft Auto Online 2 or GTA 6's multiplayer is really going to be one of the last few things Rockstar talks about, especially given what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, how that was one of the last few trailers they discussed, and the fact that online didn't even launch with the single player. I would suspect they're going to do that with Grand Theft Auto 6. It's what they did with Red Dead Redemption 2, how Red Dead Online did not come at the very start, and it even entered into a beta phase, which was Rockstar's easy way of saying, all right, if things don't work or if things kind of go wrong here, don't worry about it. It's just a beta. So I feel like that was their response to GTA 5's disastrous beginning, and I feel like this might be their response to Red Dead Online's ultimate undoing, was that no one actually plays and that the world seems empty and barren. Now again, some of that is Rockstar's own fault because they didn't end up providing big-time updates for that game because they were working on GTA 6. So hopefully we, of course, obviously don't see that in GTA 6, that the game is filled with massive updates and DLCs, and that we have lobbies that are mostly filled with real people, but on the off chance there just needs to be a little bit more of a population boost, looks like Rockstar will be using auto-generated players to solve that problem. But anyways, that is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I would love to hear from you in those comments down below. What do you think of Rockstar Games using AI and auto-generated players to sort of fill the gap in these online lobbies? Do you see it as a good thing, a bad thing, or don't really care about it? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.